Hello, this is Willie from Southwest Missouri Ozarks, and we are ready for lesson 65 in a workbook for the students in A Course in Miracles, and it is March the 6th. So, lesson 65 is my only function is the one God gave me. My only function is the one God gave me. We're going to be telling ourselves the italicized things. There's quite a bit here on this one, and it's a little longer lesson. And I spent a little longer yesterday talking than what I wanted to. At least I'm trying to keep these down as short as possible because I know all of you are busy, and I'm not trying to take a lot of your time. And I appreciate you listening, and I hope this is helpful for you. If you want to email me to let me know if there's things that I could do to make it more helpful, feel free to do so. I'm hoping I'm just kind of like a support in that I'm going through it too, and maybe it'd help you to get through it. I've just met so many people through the years that have the book but haven't really read it, and it's the workbook for students that really brings it down to day-to-day life. So my encouragement, obviously, is to do the workbook and read the text too, but do the workbook. All right. Yesterday's lesson was let me not forget my function. Let me not forget my function. Let me not try to substitute mine for God's. Let me forgive and be happy. All right. So we're working with our function, which is, as the light of the world, it's forgiveness. Practice that. All right, before we read our lesson, and we'll reread the italicizer, there's what I think maybe 4 or 5 sentences in this that are italicized. Okay, I've got another tomato plant here, and this particular one is a hybrid, but it's what the nurseries are this time of year provide. And I like this particular variety only because it's early. It's called Early Girl. Get these planted, and they tend to produce a little quicker. A lot of your tomatoes that are grown in colder climates like Russia, there's some varieties. I know that my daughter Sarah raises a variety. I don't have the name of it offhand. Maybe I can find that out for you. But that she grows that is an heirloom from Russia. But anyway, a lot of your colder countries, will have bred up some tomatoes that will bloom earlier because they're more resistant to cold. All tomatoes, as far as I'm aware of, are very tender though, which they get down to 32. That's not good. All right, so protect them if you put them out early. All right, lesson 65. My only function is the one God gave me. The idea for today reaffirms your commitment to salvation. It also reminds you that you have no function other than this. So it reaffirms your commitment and tells you you have no other function other than this. Both of these thoughts are obviously necessary for a total commitment. Salvation cannot be the only purpose you hold while you still cherish others. The full acceptance of salvation as your only function necessarily entails 2 phases. The recognition of salvation as your the recognition of salvation as your function and the relinquishment of all other goals you have invented for yourself. This is the only way in which you can take your rightful place among the saviors of the world. Your rightful place is a savior of the world, alongside Jesus and all your other brothers and sisters that are starting to awaken to the purpose God has in this world, which is to be light, to be the light of the world by practicing forgiveness. This is the only way in which you can say and mean, my only function is the one God gave me. This is the only way in which you can find peace of mind. So that's a paragraph that I really want you to go back and read and contemplate it. Understand the two functions. All right? Paragraph 2. Today and for a number of days to follow, set aside 10 to 15 minutes for a more sustained practice period in which you try to understand and accept what today's idea really means. It offers you escape from all your preconceived difficulties. It places the key to the door of peace, which you have closed upon yourself in your own hands. It gives you the answer to all the searching you have done since time began. Wow. Since time began. A long time ago. Remember, time began with the idea that we were separate. So time was one of the concepts, along with space, that came about when the Son of God believed he was separate. So ever since then, that's when time began. It gives you the answer to all the searching you have done since time began. 3. Try, if possible, to undertake the daily extended practice periods at approximately the same time each day. Try also to determine this time today in advance and then adhere to it as closely as possible. I know everybody's different, and he doesn't require us to do it morning, evening, or noon, or whatever. He just says pick a time. I find it easiest to just plan on doing it in the morning before my day gets too busy. Otherwise, I tend to wait until the end of the day because I'm so active doing things. And then I'm sometimes tired and I don't get it done, or I just get so tired I fall asleep or whatever, something comes up. So I try to just go ahead and do it at the beginning of the day. And if I'm not able to get it done there, I still go ahead and do it. You'd rather you do it even if it wasn't at the predetermined time. But he's encouraging us to pick a time and stick to that time. In the East, a lot of meditation teachers will tell you that as you begin to develop a routine of meditation, that timeliness, your whole world will kind of tune in on that time, and it'll make your meditations more useful, helpful, eventful. You'll get more out of them. All right. The purpose of this, okay, he's going to tell us the purpose of this of arranging your day. The purpose of this is to arrange your day so that you have set apart the time for God, as well as for all the trivial purposes and goals you will pursue. This is part of the long-range disciplinary training which your mind needs, so that the Holy Spirit can use it consistently for the purpose he shares with you. 5. For this longer practice period, begin by reviewing the idea for today. Then close your eyes, repeat the idea to yourself once again, and watch your mind carefully to catch whatever thoughts cross it. All right. So we're going to start our lesson by just observing our thoughts and see what kind of distracting thoughts come up. At first, make no attempt to concentrate only on thoughts related to the idea for today. Rather, try to uncover each thought that arises which would interfere with it. Note each one as it comes to you with as little involvement or concern as possible, dismissing each one by telling yourself, this thought reflects a goal that is preventing me from accepting my only function. So you want to have that's an italicized word, and you want to kind of have that ready to use. It doesn't have to be in those exact words, by the way. As a matter of fact, I think he's going to tell us that. After a while, interfering thoughts will become harder to find. Try, however, to continue a minute or so longer, attempting to catch a few of the idle thoughts which escaped your attention before. But do not strain or make undue effort in doing this. Then tell yourself, on this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. On this clean slate, let my true function be written for me. You need not use these exact words, but try to get a sense of being willing to have your illusions of purpose be replaced by truth. Finally, paragraph 11, finally, repeat the idea for today once more. My only function is the one God gave me. And devote the rest of the practice period to trying to focus on its importance to you. The relief its acceptance will bring you by resolving your conflicts once and for all, and the extent to which you really want salvation in spite of your own foolish ideas to the contrary. Let's read that again. Finally, repeat the idea for today once more and devote the rest of the practice period to trying to focus on its importance to you. The relief its acceptance will bring you by resolving your conflicts once and for all, and the extent to which you really want salvation in spite of your own foolish ideas to the contrary. In the shorter practice periods, which should be undertaken at least once an hour, use this form in applying today's idea. My only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. I want no other, and I have no other. Wow, there's the two concepts. I want no other, and I have no other. You're making a commitment to this. And the last paragraph. Sometimes close your eyes as you practice, and sometimes keep them open and look about you. It is what you see now that will be totally changed when you accept today's idea completely. All right? I know there's a lot really going on in this lesson, just like yesterday. You may want to read it 2 or 3 times to really get a sense of what you're trying to reach for in your quiet, and when you're looking around. Anyway, try to understand the two parts of both thoughts that are in the first paragraph. Both of these thoughts are obviously necessary for a total commitment. And I think it's the I want no other and I have no other. But go back and read the first paragraph and make sure you understand all of it. And then be sure to do your 10 to 15 minute practice period, set a time. And, I try to set mine for, in the morning, sometime in about 7 o'clock is what I aim for, maybe a little earlier. But anyway, just do the best you can to set your time by, I try to do mine between 6 and 7 in the morning. Pick a time based around your schedule at any time. I'm really trying to encourage you just to understand what he said and then open your mind to see if you can get related thoughts and make it have a cohesiveness, a connecting with other thoughts you already have, and where it becomes meaningful. All right? And until tomorrow, be looking for all of God's goodness. And my only function is the one God gave me. I want no other, and I have no other. All right? Peace be with you.